I'll kiss your boots if you can do it. But to be the man, you gotta beat the man. And I'm saying, woo, right here. I'm the man. You're gonna be mine. Woo!
You are tuned in to the best, and that is G5 Jeff TV. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video. Support your boy. Support good content at all times. All social media is in the description box, and please hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I drop that heat. Now, this has been one hell of a roller coaster ride, but I think the ride has stopped, and I think it's safe to say that Eddie Hearn just pulled a 180. It's called Audible, and that was Dillian Whyte versus Joseph Parker, July 28th, 2018 at the O2 Arena. And the reason why I said this was a crazy roller coaster ride is because I dropped the video a couple days ago saying that the Joseph Parker versus Brian Jennings in Atlantic City was on. And someone sent me a message saying that I was reporting false information and I should retract, that statement and that video. So this is a response to that person. I ain't doing shit. I'm not retracting shit. Let me explain why. I said from day one that I'm not one of these guys. I'm not one of these channels that's gonna be the first to break news in boxing. My life is just too busy. I can't do it. I wish I could, but I can't. So the reason I'm not retracting it is because I didn't get the information from a website. I didn't get the information from another YouTube channel. I didn't get the information from a quote-unquote trusted source. I got the information from the man himself. I got the information from Brian Jennings. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was there when he said it, that the fight was on. So when you get information from the horse's mouth and then, it kind of goes left, that's just the game. That's just what happened. So I'm not reneging shit. All right? And that's just what it is. Now, going forward, Joseph Parker versus Dillian Whyte, it's crazy because Dillian Whyte around the same time was rumored to have a done deal with Luis Ortiz, and that was going down July 28th. Now, I didn't do a video about that, and that was only because I didn't have the time to do it. But the internet was buzzing. It was like, oh yeah, Dillian Whyte and Luis Ortiz is going down. It's going down. And then all of a sudden, it's Dillian Whyte and Joseph Parker. So sometimes that happens in boxing, because for anybody that doesn't know the ins and outs of boxing, the actual contract is not signed until probably maybe like a week before the fight. Like, it's a lot of verbal agreements and things like that in boxing, but the actual physical contract a lot of times is not signed until about a week before the fight. And that's just how the business of boxing works. So if not only me, but any boxing channel reports a fight and then it goes left, like, you can't really knock the person for reporting the fight, because a lot of times these fights be put in place. But with boxing, things can go left that quickly. But nevertheless, we got Dillian Whyte, we got Joseph Parker, July 28th, and I've dropped previous videos on Dillian Whyte, and I said that he should avoid the Luis Ortiz fight and fight Kubrat Pulev, take the short-term money in order for him to cash in later on. Now, obviously, he had different plans. I don't think anybody's seen this Dillian Whyte-Joseph Parker fight coming, especially with two final eliminators, one for the WBC and one for the IBF. he takes on somebody that is not a final eliminator for either one of those belts. So it's kind of weird that this fight has come about. But obviously, this is probably a big money fight for Dillian Whyte. He's probably going to be making a whole lot more than he would have been making with Kubrat Pulev. Also, with Luis Ortiz, it's just a major risk. Like, when you face a guy like Luis Ortiz, not saying that Dillian Whyte can't beat Luis Ortiz, because I'm a firm believer that anybody that Deontay Wilder knocks out, they don't ever come back the same. So I think if Dillian Whyte would have fought Luis Ortiz, he'd had a pretty good chance of beating him, because that's a hard fight, Luis Ortiz, to come back to after getting knocked out by Deontay Wilder. Like, that's some life-altering shit. You know what I'm saying? When you facing Deontay Wilder and you get knocked out in that fashion. Don't get me wrong, Luis Ortiz did good in that fight. Real good in that fight. I actually had him up in that fight. But you got to last all 12 with Deontay Wilder. And he was unable to do so. And at the end of the day, I mean, it's just one of those things, man. Like, it's just one of those things. Like, he challenged himself against the best, and it didn't quite work out for him. But Dillian Whyte would have been getting Luis Ortiz at the right time. I mean, absolutely the right time. But breaking down this fight, Dillian Whyte versus Joseph Parker, like, Dillian Whyte has a serious shot of just flat out outworking Joseph Parker. Like, Joseph Parker showed me in the Anthony Joshua fight that he has real good basics. Real good basics. He does everything that he should do to set up the home run shots, but he just don't ever throw no home run shots. And as a heavyweight, you should be throwing home run shots. Dillian Whyte doesn't have a problem throwing the home run shots. He don't have a problem talking shit. I don't know how much Joseph Parker is going to go back and forth with him. I hope he does, you know. But this is a really good fight. This is a really, really good fight. Outside of the money, I don't really understand why Dillian Whyte would take this fight, because it doesn't have anything to do with putting himself in a position for a title shot. But, I mean, I guess if you look at it, what's the rush? Like, Deontay Wilder ain't going nowhere. Anthony Joshua ain't going nowhere. I mean, what is the rush? You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's coming in as an underdog on both fronts. So if this is a money grab fight for Dillian Whyte, then so be it. But I still think it's risky. I think it's a risky fight strictly because if he loses this fight, then what is his position with the WBC? What is his position with the IBF? Like, is he still going to be ranked number one? Would he still be, you know, in contention for a final eliminator for either one of those belts? I mean, it's really, you know, it's a tricky situation. It's just information that I just don't know. I wish I could talk to Dillian Whyte about that, you know, how all of this came about, you know, and how long this has been in place, because like I said, I heard from Brian Jennings that the fight between him and Joseph Parker was on. So the news kind of just came out of nowhere, and I wanted to talk to Dillian Whyte anyway, because I may be the only American boxing YouTube channel that showed Dillian Whyte any type of love anyway. You know what I mean? He talks shit. He'll fight anybody. And the dude got hands. Like, he can fight. Like, Dillian Whyte can fight. Like, the majority of the American YouTube channels, they be like, oh, well, Dillian Whyte's a bum and this, that, and the third. I'm like, man, I don't know what y'all watching, but I'm like, how many American heavyweights is better than Dillian Whyte? It's not many. It's not many. Like, we got a lot in America. We got a lot of heavyweights that are bums, flat out bums. Like, Dillian Whyte don't get no love in America, but I don't understand why. Because he talks shit like an Adrian Broner, and we love that here in America. We love it because that's what actually sells in America. So You know, if I had a chance to talk to Dillian Whyte about this whole situation, I definitely would jump on it. You know, but I said in the past, Dillian Whyte has the most options out of anybody in the heavyweight division outside of the champions. And I didn't think this would come about as far as him fighting Joseph Parker, but this just proves what I said previously. Dillian Whyte has the most options out of anybody in the heavyweight division. I mean, look at it. He had Luis Ortiz, that was supposed to have been signed, sealed, and delivered. Didn't happen. Had the purse bid for Kubrat Pulev. He was only going to get 25% of the purse. Then I think he was going to have to travel to Pulev's hometown. And that wasn't a good look, but the option was there. And then he turns around and just go get a Joseph Parker fight. So, you know, for somebody that's a quote unquote bum to the American public, the man got all the options in the world. G5 Jeff TV, I fuck with Dillian Whyte. I fuck with him. I fuck with him heavy. You know, he just has an American style to him in terms of how he conduct himself, and he don't mind getting that smoke with anybody. You know, and in this boxing world where it's a whole bunch of politicking and ducking and stuff like that, you gotta love and appreciate somebody that's willing to get that smoke with anybody. But you know, it is what it is, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. G5 Jeff TV. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Please share this video. Support your boy. Support good content at all times. I appreciate y'all. Peace.